Okay, so here I'm going to show the solution for level 2 on Websec.fr. I think the best way to show the solution for this one is to actually show the solution for level 1 first and then do level 2. So we're going to go to level 1 here. Here's the source code for level 1. Basically, it's going to be a SQLite injection, and we know this because if we send a apostrophe in here first and submit, we will actually get this warning and error, and that's how we know that this is an SQLite injection. Based on the source code, we know that the PHP is performing the query select ID username from users, where ID equals whatever our injection is, and then limit 1. So whatever we query has to fit into that statement as well. Next, I'm going to enumerate the table with this statement right here. One and one equals 0, union select table name, comma 2 from SQLite master, then comment. Okay, so this is going to tell me what, that the table name is users, and we start the query with 1 and 1 equals 0 because 1 equals 0 always returns false, and therefore the query before hours will never run. Next, I'm going to enumerate the columns with this statement right here. 1 and 1 equals 0, union select SQL, comma 2 from SQLite master, and then another comment there. So what this does is tells us that there's 3 columns: ID, username, and password. Now what I'm gonna try and do is print out the password for a couple of the users. And to do that, I'm gonna use this SQLite statement right here. 1 and 1 equals 0, union select username, comma password from users where ID equals 1. So we're gonna print the first user's username and password. And this one actually contains the flag, so we don't have to check for any more users' passwords. Okay, on to level 2. So like it says here, this application is the same as the previous one. The only difference here is that the developers are using the PHP function preg replace to filter out the keywords union, order, select from, group, and by, to make it harder for us to put a query in there. So first thing I did was I looked at the documentation for preg replace and did some research on like Stack Overflow. And we know that the first argument of, here we can check the source code. Here is the preg replace. So we know that the first argument is the pattern to search for. It can be a string or an array of strings to search for. The second argument is the replacement string. So here they're replacing it just with an empty string. And the third argument that these developers are using is limit the maximum possible replacements for each pattern. This means that if it finds any of the keywords above, it's going to replace them with an empty string. So if we were to type something like this, basically it's going to find this select and it's going to replace it with an empty string, which will leave us with select. Okay, so since we already know the tables, the table name and the columns, we can pretty much construct the exact same payload except with each of the keywords fixed, just like how I showed you there. So here is the payload. 1 and 1 equals 0. And then we've got the inner union, which will be replaced with an empty string to leave union. Same thing with select here. Username, password from users where ID equals 1. Oh, hold on. Go. Submit that, and here's our flag.